we have to recognize some huge challenges that are clearly there.
Public trust, especially of younger generations, has eroded and needs to be restored.
COVID has brought out questions of transparency, questions of trust. Actually, we are confronting something like a global conflict.
The concept of globalization has come under threat. Protectionism is on the rise.
The problem today is confusion. The media is both a cause and effect of this confusion. We don't know who to believe.
There won't be any foundation for industries or economies if we destroy what keeps us alive.
There simply is not enough time left on our clock. We're left with no other option but to collaborate for finding these necessary solutions.
Trust has got to be re-established organically, link by link, layer by layer, between human beings, between human groups, across groups.
Governing well requires more than technocratic expertise. It requires practical wisdom. We need to make representative government more inclusive.
This won't work unless everybody's in sync.
Poorer countries, developing countries have to be brought along. We're going to have to make a financial contribution.
Governments need to use technology and need to role model how to do it.
Every corporation ultimately must ask, how are we driving success around us?
But you have to do it hand in hand with your supply chain, your own production, but also the product in use.
Trust needs to be constantly earned. Companies need to open their doors and make sure that new ideas can enter the world.
It comes down to building trust with employees. And this is super important because employees really make up the basis of companies' endeavors.
It takes time to build trust. It requires dialogue.
We've got to raise our level of ambition, starting with each one of us. A new emerging civilization is what is required.
Consumer pressure is pushing big business in the right direction.
Technology and digitization can be a force for good.
We have a wonderful opportunity to give a chance to Mother Nature to regenerate itself.
The role of the St. Gallen Symposium is to be the seismograph of the pressing issues of our time.
A dialogue between generations that today is needed just as much as it was back in 1968.
This symposium has to change things for the better.
Ask yourself, how can you make a change?
It's not too late. It's a window of time. If we get together and start finding ways towards a more sustainable world.
And when we see each other again next year, you tell us about your stories. Tell us about the things that you have done. But most importantly, tell us about the young people that you have brought to the table, that you have listened to, and that you have collaborated with now more than ever.